And on today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Iron Man 2. We're going to look at the movie series, and we're going to be looking at Ivan Whiplash Vanko. Acquired an Ivan Whiplash Vanko. Actually, personally, the truth is I haven't acquired anything. My friend, on the other hand, finally found it in retail, I might add, and was kind enough to pick this up for me. Thank you, sir. What I never thought I would ever pick up, now granted they've released Whiplash in a 3-pack as well, but never thought I would ever get my hands on the single-carded Whiplash. Finally now have them. So thank you, sir. I salute you. Good job. Thank you. Of course, this comes from the movie series. Comes with posable whips. What? Look out. On the back of the package. Now this is more or less Canadian packaging, so you're not going to get a read-up or anything like that. But as you can see, the other figures in this wave, we have what looks to be Mark IV, Mark V, Mark VI, War Machine. Of course, we've got the stealth Iron Man as well. Really, overall, a good wave. I mean, these Iron Man 2 figures, yes, they are clogging aisles now. The pegs at stores, you can't seem to get rid of them. But some of them have been really, really decent figures. And I'm very happy now that I've managed to pick up the Whiplash here. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get this opened up. And we will have ourselves a look at the Iron Man 2 movie series. And we're going to be looking at Ivan Whiplash Vanko. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Now, normally I would stop in this review, and I would actually point out the fact that he has a overlay card. I also want to point out that this is the only time that, as far as I know, the only time you actually have a human character, at least a human exterior of a character, in a card where you can actually separate it. So you have essentially a human set of arms and a head just kind of floating, and then we've also got a pair of legs. So we've got upper torso, we've got some legs, and we've got some arms and a head. So I guess really, if you wanted to, you could swap out, Whiplash's arms, maybe his head. You could put that on an Iron Man body. It would look silly. It's probably one of the only times you wouldn't want to switch it out, but it does come with it, so we'll put it there in the little slot, just like that. Come back here, Whiplash. Don't be going anywhere. Let's have a look at Whiplash. By the way, I'm just going to start this review. It's not a rant. It's going to be a quick rant. Okay, it's a quick rant. I'm not a CEO. I don't claim to be. I just review stuff. That's all I do. I hope at some point I'm doing a good job, but I don't know. Personally, as a CEO, I might not have put the only villain, or one of the only villains in the movie, as a chase figure to a toy. And by chase, it's usually mean that you might, out of an entire case, you might have only gotten one Whiplash. One. Just one. As a kid, would you not have wanted to make more of these and maybe have, 3 or 4 figures per case as an actual Whiplash? But nope, some CEO said, hey, no, we don't want to make it easy for these kids, because every kid's going to want a Vanko. No. Instead, we're not going to make it available anywhere. Kids are going to cry and whine, I want my Whiplash, and it's not going to happen. No matter all the tears in the world isn't going to give you a Whiplash, my friend. I don't know. That's really the only thing I would have to say is, why did they make this a chase figure? This guy really should have been as readily available as the other Iron Man figures. Speaking of figure, actually, it's a little sloppy. I mean, right here, I think his hair, I could probably color that in right below his ear to maybe make that just a little bit nicer to look at. But it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I like the suit. Of course, it's all burned away and it falls down. You can see he's got this extra bit of suit kind of hanging down from his waist. I think it's really, really neat. Of course, his tattoos. You might, if you watch the movie enough that you know these, you might say, hey, that tattoo is a little wrong. It's not supposed to look like that. But I haven't watched the movie that close enough to nitpick the tattoos. They're there, and I think they've done a good job on the tattoos. But he is very neat. I definitely like the look of him. Of course, he's got his whips. You wouldn't call him Whiplash if he didn't come with whips, right? Not, you'd probably just call him Russian guy. Hey, who do you got there? I got Russian guy. But no, he is actually called Whiplash, and he does come with whips. The whips actually just sit in his hand. They don't really do anything else than that. If I can get it into his hand. There we go. And the neat thing about it is the fact that you would think the obvious feature of the whips is that they're bendable, and that you would be right, they are bendable, which is very cool. Now, what they could have done is have this blue, like a light blue, and then have the silver over top so it actually looks like it's lit up. But instead it's kind of a bit of just a boring white, and then they've got the silver over top of it. That's about the only thing I would have changed on the whips themselves. But the figure actually is still pretty good. I still like the figure quite a bit. Let's take the whips back out. Don't worry, you won't. They'll be right there. Don't worry, they'll be right there. In the way of his articulation, Whiplash's head can rotate left and right. Give you a close look at his face. It's not bad, really. I mean, for a small figure, that's not a bad looking sculpt on the face. I wish his head could go back a little further, but his hair kind of just prevents that. He's got fully opposable arms that can also extend out. You can rotate at the forearm, you can bend at the elbow, rotate at the hand, like so. He's got an upper torso articulation. I wouldn't move this too much, just in case this hose piece pulls off from the arc reactor here. But you do get some movement. His legs can bend out back and forth, not a lot though, but you can bend at the knee. You can also rotate the foot, bend the foot up and down. Of course, you can rotate the thigh as well. Now, what I was mentioning earlier is that you can get the figure now in a 3-pack, which comes with an Iron Man, and it comes with somebody else too, and I can't remember for the life of me. So Whiplash is a little easier now to get. Whiplash has now also been re-released. This figure actually has been re-released as a single-carded figure with the newer wave of Iron Man figures. I don't know what the quantities are on the second release of this guy, but if you can find him, definitely pick him up. Maybe put him next to the Mark V. You can recreate the scene from the movie. But very happy to have picked up Whiplash. I'm going to give Whiplash here a 6.5. And certainly as the villain of the movie, I would say that's also a good reason to pick this guy up. So that was a Toy Spot. Today we were looking at the Ivan Vanko, the Whiplash figure from the Iron Man 2 movie series. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.